BetBlitz.
Hello everyone, this is Mike with BetBlitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Today is a new day and we're looking to set you up with a few of some of the best picks on PrizePicks. Please take a moment to hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 125 likes, we will be dropping a bonus pick in tomorrow's video. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before lines get bumped. Also, at the end of this video, let us know which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, or any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. Alright, let's get right into some of the best picks for today. So for our first pick, we'll be under the WNBA tab, where we'll go under the points plus rebounds section, and we'll be selecting Dearica Hamby for less than 29.5 points plus rebounds. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, and by the way, if you'd like to try Outlier for yourself, use our link in the description below for a free 7-day trial. We see that Dearica Hamby has actually failed to exceed this line in 7 of her last 10 games. Additionally, Hamby has failed to exceed this line in 55% of her last 20 games. And head-to-head versus Minnesota, Dearica Hamby has failed to exceed this line in 6 of her last 6 matchups versus the Lynx. Now, Dearica Hamby and the Los Angeles Sparks will be facing off against a Minnesota Lynx defense that during this WNBA regular season has been very good defensively when it comes to defending against opponent scoring. Currently, the Lynx are ranked second in points allowed by their opponents, only giving up an average of slightly above 74 points per game. They are, however, actually the worst team in the WNBA when it comes to defending against opponent rebounds. Currently, they are, again, ranked 12th, giving up an average of 37 rebounds to their opponents. But overall, with how well the Lynx defend in scoring and based off of her past track record, we believe Dearica Hamby will not have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. In fact, Hamby has failed to exceed this line in 7 straight games when facing off against top 5 defenses. Now, taking a quick look here at her minutes, we see that Hamby is playing a solid dose of minutes over her last 10 games, averaging near 34.5 minutes per game. This is slightly higher than we like to see it to take our under on this line. However, again, even with a solid dose of minutes, Hamby has not mostly been able to clear this line in her most recent games. Now, taking a closer look here at her stat lines across her most recent games, we see that although Hamby has cleared this line recently, going well over in both points and rebounds, over the course of the season, she hasn't gotten very close to this line at all. And when she has fallen under it most of the time. This has been a line that she has occasionally crossed, but for the majority of this regular season, again, she has fallen below this line. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Dearica Hamby for less than 29.5 points plus rebounds. For our next pick, we'll be headed over to the points plus assists tab, and this time we'll be selecting Kayla McBride for less than 19.5 points plus assists. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that Kayla McBride has actually failed to exceed this line in 7 of her last 10 games. Additionally, McBride has failed to exceed this line in 60% of her last 20 games. And finally, McBride has failed to exceed this line in 6 of her last 6 games versus the Los Angeles Sparks. Now, Kayla McBride and the Minnesota Lynx will be facing off against one of the worst defenses, if not the worst defense, in the Los Angeles Sparks. Currently, the Sparks are ranked 10th in points allowed to their opponents, giving up an average of nearly 86 points per game, as well as ranked 11th in assists allowed to their opponents, giving up nearly 22 assists per game. However, even with the Sparks' poor defense, McBride has failed to exceed this line in her last couple of matchups versus the Sparks this season, and we believe this will continue on into this game as well. Taking a quick look here at our minutes, we see that Kayla McBride is getting a solid dose of minutes over her last 10 games, averaging over 32 minutes per game. This is slightly higher than we like to see it to take her under. However, McBride has a solid track record of falling below this line, as well as a history of not playing very well versus the Sparks. So even with her solid playing time, we believe it won't be enough for her to cross this line. Taking a closer look here at her last few games, we see that McBride has actually failed to exceed this line. She actually hasn't been very close in many of her games, falling well below this 19.5 mark, especially as of late. Whereas toward the beginning of the season, she was having some much more stellar games, reaching lines a lot closer to this mark. But again, as of late, she has tailed off her good start, and we expect her to stick to this trend as of late, even despite her exceeding this line in her last game. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Kayla McBride for less than 19.5 points plus assists. Now, for those of you looking to take your sports betting to the next level, we want to share with you a sports betting tool that is going to take your game to new heights, and that's Daily Grind's Fantasy Optimizer, which is one of the most comprehensive sports betting tools available. One of its best features is its ability to provide you with a multi-leg parlay. So, for example, if you want to find out what the best 6-pick flex was on PrizePicks, you could simply click right here and have it generate for you a list of the best 6 picks most likely to hit and that are correlated, and it'll also tell you the odds of them hitting as well. And best of all, it runs on a live, up-to-date system. So if it's on PrizePicks or any of the other major sports betting books, they'll also show it here live as well. So again, if you're looking to take your sports betting to the next level, click our link in the description below and use code BLITZ. Again, that's code BLITZ for 25% off all your orders. For our third pick, we'll actually be in the WNBA first half section under the PRA tab, and we'll be selecting Courtney Williams for less than 12.5 first half PRA. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that Courtney Williams has actually failed to exceed this line in 9 of her last 10 first halves. Additionally, Williams has failed to exceed this line in 70% of her last 20 first halves, including 4 of her last 5 first halves. Now, Courtney Williams and the Minnesota Lynx will be facing off against the Los Angeles Sparks defense that has not been very good when it comes to defending against opponents' points, rebounds, and assists. Altogether, they are pretty good with defending just opponents' rebounds, ranked 4th in the league, giving up just a 34 rebound to their opponents. But as we discussed earlier, when it comes to defending against their points and assists, the Sparks have not been very good this season, ranking near the bottom of the league. Taking a quick look here at our minutes, we see that Courtney Williams is not getting a crazy amount of minutes during the first half. She does get a solid dose of minutes, just under 14 minutes per half. However, this is not too concerning for us to take her under. In fact, in 8 of her last 10 first half, she's actually fallen below this line. Taking a closer look into her regular season games this season, we see that overall, the entire game, Courtney Williams has not really been solid at stuffing the stat sheet and the PRA totals. She has been pretty slim, putting up pretty totals for the entire game. And for the first half, they're just as low, if not even worse. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Courtney Williams for less than 12.5 first half PRA. All right, these are our picks for today. And after we finish reviewing, let us know down in the comment section which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, or any other picks that you think have a great chance of hitting. So for our picks, we took Dearica Hamby for less than 29.5 points plus rebounds. We took Kayla McBride for less than 19.5 points plus assists. And finally, we took Courtney Williams for less than 12.5 first half PRA. Now, we're not saying to take all these picks together and throw them into some huge parlay, but overall, individually, these picks could be some useful additions to the overall entries that you have in mind. And if you like our picks and want access to even more picks, check our link in the description below to join our Discord, where we drop even more picks every single day. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.